300 likes is all it takes. To stay healthy, let me tell you a fact. Did you know that jinns can shapeshift to different kinds of animals? And here I'm not talking about your pants. I'm talking about what you call ghosts. One of the most common animals they turn to is snakes, and believe me when I tell you, if you see snakes in an abandoned place, it's one of two. You're screwed or you're terribly screwed. But why? I mean, what do you think a snake would be doing in such a place and in the middle of winter when there is a rainstorm outside? Snakes usually come out at summer. But for this explorer you are about to watch, that wasn't the case. The story is that one day his friend invited him, not for a dinner, but to investigate an abandoned house near his area. The house is known to be haunted and many people approved it, so no one comes nearby it. And since then, no man got the balls to go in. Since the guy loves exploring places like this, he wanted to see how true those stories are, so he took his friend that invited him and started looking around while the inviter is waiting and watching him in the car. But that investigation ended too early because the inviter's balls couldn't handle staying any longer. So this time, the explorer came alone, and snakes were everywhere. Take a look.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. كالعادة أي إشي بتشوفوه غريب يا رفاقة الخير سووا لي عليه كابتشر. هاي المرة بس راح بمرح براحتي في البيت، لا بكون ماكل هم الكابتن ولا بكون ماكل هم حدا. دعواتكم إلي يا رفاقة الخير. يا سلام، رجعنا لموال هذيك المرة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، لمستني هاي يقسم برب العظيم. شو بتساوي الحية هاي هون؟ بهيك جو حية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. زيت فزة مش عادية بالمرة ورب الكعبة. وين راحت الحية؟ هسه كانت هون، لسه ما وصلت هون ورجعت ولا هي مختفية. شو هاي؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا رب أنت الحامي. شو قصة الحية كل شوي تطلع لي في مكان؟ إذا إذا أنت جن متهيأ على شكل حية أعطني أي تنبيه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ترى كيف فات جوا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللي بصير مش عادي هون نهائيا. كيف اختفى؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. شو؟ يا رب انت الحامي يا رب. طمنكم علي يا رفقة الخير، انا طلعت برا المكان بس المشكلة تليفوني طفى شحن.
You may have seen random cuts, and that's because the recording was captured on Snapchat. But aside of that, the snakes were hanging around for no reason. And if I know this man well, I know he is one of the most legitimate investigators out there. But you have your opinion. Some people like to go to church to get closer to God. Others does it for the sake of wasting time. But there is a very small percentage of people who goes there to see paranormals. Our friends, but not really friends. From the channel Paranormies have admitted what I just said. And they also told me that you should subscribe to me if you want them to keep posting, but they also mentioned something about the church they are exploring. They talked about how some people were killed and buried somewhere around it. So as one of them decided to go out and lock himself inside the bathroom because he needs some space, the other stayed inside, and man oh man, was that a bad choice. Once those spirits saw him alone, they took advantage of the situation and dropped his toys on the ground, which caused him to run a marathon to reach his friend outside. His friend didn't feel like he should open the door, but then the runner threatened of breaking the door, so he decided to open the door in the end. But when they got back inside, they started shouting some names out, until they dropped the bars on one of the forbidden names, which caused the bathroom guy's knees to crumble. Watch this.
The door. Oh my God. Is that Jack? Who is that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Dude. Oh my God. Joy! Fuck. Oh my God, he's fucking locked in. Open it! Dude, the fucking tripod just came flying at me.
Look up. What is with up? Why do you keep saying up? I keep hearing rattling. Like it is coming from upstairs.
Victoria?
Oh my God.
What the fuck is going on?
Grab that light. Oh my God. Okay, if that's you, stop for a little bit. Oh man, I just need to get my bearings straight, man. That is crazy.
There is a part one of this investigation, of course, but it wasn't as interesting as this one in my opinion. And after the last activity, there was nothing much, just some words from the spirit's detector device, which I myself don't believe it actually works. I don't personally know or understand why old ladies owns haunted houses, and there is always a story behind it for some reason. In the next clip, we have another crew of paranormals investigators. With a fake extra expert to solve the puzzle, everything was normal. They were having a small conversation about something. I couldn't find a translation for what they were saying, but with some brainstorming I was able to understand some stuffs. They mentioned spicy horror, and how we should convince Casper to react to the channel. That's all until some invisible entity dropped one of the dolls. But that wasn't enough to drop my pants this time. Not yet, because what happened in the end was enough to make me fully naked. As the extra fake paranormals expert was trying to put the place on fire, all of a sudden, a dark figure was peeking on them from behind, and that was what caused my incident. Let us take a look.
¿Escuchaste?
Sí. Como movimiento. Hace mucho calor, ¿eh?
Mucho.
Pensé que esto estaba como sembrando. No sé si decir esto, ¿sabes?
No.
Pero
Incluso
pensé
vi,
como
¿escuchaste?
si se sembrara algo
Vi a
aquí.
alguien acá.
Esto es como una especie de closet, ¿no? Porque aquí tiene como
Sí.
sus cositas.
¡Uy!
¿Viste?
Cuidado, sí.
¿Lo tienes? ¿Lo tienes?
Sí, sí lo tengo.
De closet, ¿no? Porque aquí tiene como
Sí.
sus cositas.
¡Uy!
¿Viste?
Cuidado, sí.
¿Lo tienes? ¿Lo tienes?
Sí, sí lo tengo.
Bueno, a lo mejor está mal colocado, ¿no? Porque mira, este patito también está como aquí a punto de... ¿Qué te dice?
Cuida, es como cuida a mi hermana y habla acerca de no pudimos despedirnos.
Estaba aquí, ¿no? Me imagino. En la cocina.
Sí.
No sé dónde exactamente, pero es justo cuando estaba haciendo como un contacto.
Sí.
Como en el baño, ¿no?
Sí.
Uy, no.
Ay, Dios.
Cuidado.
Eso, sí. Lo voy a levantar. Ay, Dios mío. Sigo escuchando. Golpes. Dales amor. En nombre de Dios Padre, Dios Hijo, Dios Espíritu Santo. Amén. En nombre de Dios Padre, Dios Hijo, Dios Espíritu Santo. Vamos a unir. Ay, Dios mío. Dios Padre. La luz del Dios Espíritu Santo
No
nos
sé,
ayude y
estaba
protege
volando.
este hogar,
No sé cómo se activa esto.
estas almas.
I'm having some hard times disbelieving them, but having a way easier take on the expert. I mean, how could fire kick out an entity? Everyone has their own logic. But I'm not sure about her logic. What about you? Did you eat today? Subscribing would be enough to fuel the tank if you didn't know yet. This last video is a short one. A woman is experiencing the Joe Rogan experience on her TV. And while she is watching, she noticed some kind of movement in her house. She thought it was her lost husband came back from the war, but then she remembered she is not married to begin with, so she paused the podcast for a moment. But she turned off the whole device by accident. Then she went on to check what was happening, and found nothing. So this time she installed a security camera in the kitchen. And once again, it happened. She caught the thing. She double-checked, and then ran out of the house as fast as she can possibly could to get the family and finally get married. Here is the proof to my words. See, I just told you the story exactly how it went. Bit by bit I was accurate. She definitely have reached 300 miles per hour. Don't you think? But I'm really looking forward to see how the relationship would advance. Now he starts with the kitchen. Then he goes upstairs. Then he knocks the bedroom door and ends up under the blanket.